Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, you're right now calling into me, Ring Dallin. And today, Eurovision is burning. It is, wild what's going on right now. Me and many others are contemplating if this is our final years being fans of the Eurovision Song Contest. Like, personally, I love Eurovision, but I hate the EBU and I hate the way Martin is running this contest. But with that being said, let's celebrate the final 24 hours where, we can enjoy Eurovision, and let's talk about something which is absolutely amazing. Let's talk about Nemo and their entry, the code for Switzerland. This right here was a show stealer for semi-final to a fantastic performance that from the moment it starts, it's like, Nemo is acting like the director, welcoming you in. You're like backstage looking at all the light panels being down, like they bring you along, and it's so cool to be in this very theatrical atmosphere, being like, okay, there's a show going on, there's a story, but it's almost like we're seeing behind the scenes to start it off, and then less than 30 seconds in, we are ready for the big stunt. It is dramatic. Even the breathing is really cool and theatrical and adds to the effect. The lighting is super effective, and everything that happens in this show now for the duration of this performance is meaningful, powerful, and it works brilliantly because everything here has a meaning. Everything here is done to get the best possible shots, and I gotta tell you, Nemo is somebody I trust. Nemo is somebody who is able to deliver this performance. Like, they have help from others that are in the background helping to execute this show, but for the most part, Nemo is just playing different roles to perfection. When Nemo is performing rapping, I believe Nemo is, a legit rapper. I believe that because it is, the way of walking, the way of presenting yourself, the way of using your breath, everything is just excellent. And the camera shots are fun, lively. You see them, running and like waving, and it's like there's so much happening, and you gotta try just to follow along what is going on. We're spinning round and round and round, and when I heard that they're not using magnets in their shoes to connect to this panel and just like, okay, we're just, trying to stay on this, and doing it so well, I was so impressed, shocked, and just like so proud, because this is an excellent performance from start to finish, and it does something which I feel like a lot of Eurovision entries lack, and that is that they go all the way to the end with their show. It is very typical, especially for countries like Sweden, to have a really interesting show for 2 minutes and then just break the fourth wall. Same goes for the UK this year. Like, Ollie is in the shower, everything is spinning around, it is a cool experience, and they're like, okay, but how do we do something new for the ending? Well, how about we just leave the box? Okay, that's it. And it's like, okay, now we're just here singing the song normally. It looks cool, but it's like there's not a payoff. So you investing into the story are like, okay, that cool song, I guess, but what was the point? Here you get the point because it follows along from start to finish. And as I said with Ukraine, this is a performance that again doesn't hold your hand. It makes you able to, interpret it the way you want to do it, the way you are seeing the world. And then Nemo is telling their story, and hopefully you connect bits and pieces, but it is open enough for you to just put in things yourself. I'm seeing people be like, oh, it's like The Greatest Showman, for an example, and I think that's awesome. That's not a comparison I, for an example, thought of when I first saw this show. So it's cool to see what this show, brings out for people, because since it's so dark and it's just heavily focused on, okay, like we're gonna play with shadows and the light, and moving around. But the fact that that's like it is, you have to then open more up for your imagination and your interpretation. which makes this really, really exciting and accessible for people. But it can also be, for some people, completely meaningless. They can be like, what was that? There was too many genres. I don't like it. Personally, I love it, and I think this is something that the jury has to respect. Nemo is able to connect throughout the whole performance with their eyes. They know exactly where the camera is at every single time, every single second, and they know how to play with it to the best of their advantage, and it just adds so much to the show. So this is something that the public will love and the jury has to respect no matter what, because of its musical quality, its excellent vocals, everything that it's, you know, doing and presenting. So they did a great job with this performance. This absolutely needs to be in the top 5 of Eurovision Song Contest. It really deserves it, and I do get the feeling during the song that this will be fitting for Confetti Rain. This will be a fitting winner. I personally don't see it winning, but I see it doing really well with both the televote and the jury. So hopefully that will lead to a fantastic result, and I wouldn't be mad if it won, but I do think currently that Croatia is the one to beat. But that's what I think. What do you think? Do you love it? Do you hate it? You most likely love it because it is just that good. And until we speak again, have a great day, a great life, and please remember, take care of yourself and each other.